My name is Julia M. Spencer. I'm a real estate advisor, investor, and your #1 source for real estate advice online. And I'm filming here from Playa del Carmen, and I'm walking towards the beach right now, and it's crazy. But I wanted to make this brief video because I'm actually, again, not on vacation, sort of on vacation. I guess my life is half a vacation, but we're actually working on a deal, and I hope this video comes out okay because there's a lot of background noise as well as wind noise. But what happened this week is that we actually were kind of a little bit smart foxes, I guess you could say. And I found somebody in my neighborhood that's selling a home, and as you know right now, home values, home prices are just going through the roof because of this pandemic, specifically in suburban areas, also in areas where it's kind of a little bit urban or a little bit just outside the city. So my neighbor right behind me is, he actually never advertised the home, so it's actually not officially available yet. But I always tried to have really good relations with my neighbors, specifically because, you know, sometimes you might need your neighbors, sometimes your neighbors might need you. And in this case, I was really happy that my niceness, although I did not ask for anything in return, actually paid off. Because when I talked to my neighbor and asked him, you know, what he's planning to do with this property since his tenant is moving out, he basically just said, well, you know, I kind of want to sell it. I wouldn't mind just renting it to own. And I'm like, rent to own. I like that idea. No banks, you know. And rent to own is actually really good because, well, for a lot of reasons, but it's also good for the seller. First off, because if a seller sells a property, an investment property, and this was an investment property, all in one bit, and registers capital gains, which would have happened in this case, then he would have had to pay capital gains taxes, which might be anywhere between 20 and 35%, depending on what tax bracket that particular seller is in. Secondly, secondly is if he does offer owner financing, then he can structure this to only register a portion of the capital gains each year, depending on how much money he's actually registering as a profit, as cash in his books. And it might be spread out over several years, and it can be basically, I'd say probably could be several years before it's actually all used up, I'd say. And he would have enough time basically to offset those capital gains with additional expenses. So he could very much diminish the capital gains taxes, or at least very much reduce them. And in my case, I actually knew this person. He's my neighbor, and I actually purchased this property at a tax sale before, a couple of years ago. And he was a little ill at the time. He forgot to pay the taxes. Property went up for auction. I bought it, and then his wife got on his back. Pay this woman because we can't lose this house. So she got into a big argument with him, I guess, and he paid me back. And he didn't understand the process. I explained it to him. It wasn't a whole lot of money that he actually made. Well, actually, that I made, because I didn't pay a lot for this property. But I kind of already knew this property. So when he said, hey, I want to sell it, I want to do owner financing, you're so good at explaining to me how the process worked. And I actually had put this neighbor into my class at the time too, for free. I had him in my class, so I gave him my class for free because he's my neighbor and I want to keep good friends with my neighbors. And so now he basically said, hey, I want to offer this property for sale. I'd rather do business with you than anybody else. And we agreed on a price. We agreed on the terms for owner financing, and I can soon welcome a new property to my portfolio. So what I'm trying to say with this video is sometimes it takes a couple of years Sometimes it's quicker, but don't hesitate to make friends with your neighbors and with your associates, with your families, whoever, because you never know when somebody might come back to you and offer you a property because they know that you're in real estate. And this one just kind of fell in my lap, but I'm very grateful for it. It's a great time for me to buy, and I'm really happy. And that's all I wanted to share with this video. If you have any questions about how to do this, how to do owner financing, how to structure the paperwork, any questions you have on it, just send them to me. Actually put them at the bottom of this video. That would be the best, and I'll get to them right away. And I'm going to show you where I am because it's gorgeous here. Have a great day, everybody. Bye bye.
For your free guide to real estate investing, visit juliamspencer.com.